Welcome to Season 5 of the Let's Talk Data podcast series, presented by SAP, where we explore game-changing technologies with leading experts.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Let's Talk Data podcast. My name is Tom Lee, and I'm the Global Vice President of Partner Solution Advisory Team at SAP. I'll be your host, and I'm glad that you can join us today. The title of this podcast is called Accelerate Innovation by Adopting SAP Business Technology Platform. The objective of this podcast is to learn from Incture, one of SAP's closest partners for many years, how they are using SAP Business Technology or BTP to help their customers to become intelligent enterprises. So by intelligent enterprise, I mean these are companies that use data, business applications, and innovative technology to get full insights into their operation and business processes in order to deliver high-value business outcomes. So I am very excited that I'm joined today by Kyle Morris from Incture. So welcome, Kyle, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm excited to have this conversation and look forward to an eventful podcast.
Great. Thanks, Kyle. So can you please tell us about yourself, Kyle, and company Insure and your role at Insure?
Yeah. So my name is Kyle Morris. I'm the Director of Sales here in North America for Incture. Incture is a global SAP partner and have been in the partner ecosystem for 15 plus years. And Incture is a digital applications and products company leveraging our partnership with SAP to deliver on business outcomes. We have many digital applications and solutions in the marketplace, working with customers all across the globe. Hundreds of employees in meeting both in the application space from an LOB perspective as well as industry solutions. Our purpose is to help customers innovate and deliver on their business outcomes. And we do that through LOB solutions and industry solutions. And we leverage that through intelligent enterprise and delivering on their business outcomes.
Thanks, Cal, for your introduction. So in the past few years, even before the pandemic, I think we all have seen that business environments have changed faster than ever before. The pandemic certainly has created many more disruptions and changes in the market conditions, customer demands, supply chains, employee work arrangements, and so on. So in order to stay relevant and competitive, we have seen that companies find ways to accelerate the creation and modification of their business models, their business processes and applications. And many companies actually rely on innovation and technology in order to do just that, right? So at SAP, we see more organizations have shifted to the cloud. They use more software as a service applications so that they can quickly adapt to changes. And they also use intelligent technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, process automation, and they definitely collect and use more data. So what trend do you see, Cal, with your customers in this rapidly changing business environment?
So Tom, one of the common themes and threads that we see in these conversations is the idea of the digital or the hybrid work environment for the end users. That is definitely something we've seen a shift in the marketplace with the pandemic, as you mentioned, as well as companies requiring to be more agile and bringing that the business rules and the workflow to be agile in that business processes that need to change in a very fast-paced marketplace. The addition of hyper automation and predictive analytics and robotic process automation for those business use cases. And then the big elephant in the room is the end-to-end data visibility across the enterprise for data-driven decisions. So companies that are looking to innovate and deliver quickly on very large-scale data-driven decisions and having that lack of visibility across the enterprise. Those are the key things that we tend to see as the drivers for the need to push forward into the intelligent enterprise.
Great. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I think we agree that companies need to innovate and transform with technology so that they can be more agile, and they also can have more visibility across the entire enterprise and business processes, right? But we also see that, these changes, on the other hand, can create more complex IT landscapes, right? That include on-prem and cloud system, software as a service applications, and on top of that, hyperscaler technology. So for example, it's getting more complex to integrate across the entire value chain so that they can enhance their business operation. I also think that it also becomes more difficult for companies to have a consolidated view across all data assets, like you said earlier, because now they have to deal with on-prem to the cloud, from edge to cloud, across multiple applications. So, these are the challenges that we see. And I just wonder if you can share with us, what are the challenges that you see, Cal, with your customers as they embark on their journey to become intelligent enterprise? And more specifically, what approach does Insure have to help the customers, right, overcome these challenges? Perhaps you can share with us some solutions or services that Insure offers to your customers.
Yeah, no, Tom, you're spot on, and I couldn't agree more. We continue to see and the organizations having very complex data landscapes, and when it comes to being able to be agile and deliver on these digital solutions, there's the data layer from the multiple backend enterprise solutions that are in the marketplace that many organizations have different flavors, different data sets, different areas where information's coming from all different directions. So that data landscape, harmonizing that information to be usable, to be actionable, is very key. And the integration of those components from a middleware perspective, from the API management of all of those things is very crucial to bringing that data and that information to a platform that is then actionable. They're really seeking a single source of truth when it comes to data to be leveraged, right? So to be able to be agile, to be able to have hyper automation and these digital solutions and applications in the marketplace, we need to be able to have the data staged and correctly positioned for it to be leveraged for different services, microservices, and different approaches to having the reporting, the analytics, and all of that information there readily available. So this is, one of the main hurdles that most companies see out of the gate. A lot of companies have the desire when it comes to whether an LOB application or solution to be put in place, but sometimes it seems daunting to be able to pull all of those data sources together. And that's an area of expertise that Incture brings to the table, of bringing, helping customers in that data landscape and that integration piece, so that the data is staged properly with best practices and then can be leveraged for innovation.
Great. So let's talk technical a bit here, Cal. From an architecture point of view, where does SAP technology fit in to help you deliver the solutions to your customers?
Yeah, so perfect segue into what SAP calls the Business Technology Platform. For short, we call it BTP from an acronym perspective. So, we partner with SAP for a very strategic reason, as being an industry leader in this space from a platform perspective, and bringing the services and the different components together to deliver on this intelligent enterprise. So with all of the components of the integration, the database and the data management, the analytics, and then the extensibility above and beyond, both in the cloud and the hybrid environments, right? So we leverage these products and services from SAP to deliver and accelerate the business outcomes. From a core deliverable, it's all about accelerating those business outcomes, leveraging these best of breed technologies. And SAP, as everyone knows, is an industry leader in this space. Everything from integration to data to value and extensibility on top of their existing solutions in the marketplace and LOB solutions. So our value add from an Incture perspective in working with customers on this platform is helping them with best practices, as well as leveraging these tools to their fullest extent to deliver on that value and accelerating that time to value.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Gal, for a very well introduction to BTP. I hope that all the listeners on the call, especially the ones are not familiar with BTP, now have a pretty good understanding of what BTP is, right? So to your point, it's a single platform with technologies that allows our customers and partners to create integration and extension to SAP application and landscape. One thing that I also want to point out that it also comes with many pre-built content that enables partners like yourselves, right, to quickly integrate with or extend SAP applications and also non-SAP system, right? So it could help you to, and also our customers to deliver faster implementation and quick time to value. So now that we know what BTP is, Cal, can you perhaps share with us more in more detail some examples how you use BTP to build out your applications or services?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we work with customers and engage the businesses on delivering these outcomes, whether that be from a digital service or digital applications perspective, one of the things that we focus in on is time to value, right? So enabling the customers to kind of, I use the term crawl, walk, run, to be able to engage in delivering value quickly. And so we've done that with many organizations across the globe and enabling them to pull together the platform, leveraging these tools, and then realizing those outcomes, aligning those to solutions and deliverables. So we engage with customers and work with them on their business challenges, enabling us to, this enables us to kind of help them understand where the value can come from areas that maybe they didn't necessarily see before, as well as being able to deliver on what they're specifically trying to achieve. We've done this with customers in many different LOB situations, as well as industries on improving their business process, automation, improving data quality, data validation, enabling users to have free up their workday from repetitive tasks using RPA or robotic process automation. These are all the types of things that help customers have more value in their technology, as well as have a better user experience for their employees and or their customers. Few ways that we can kind of highlight some of those examples would be an improved self-service type portal, or a mobility solution, which mobility is a service of the BTP platform from a native iOS, native Android perspective, improving that user experience, improving that business process and the way that they engage with the systems or with their customers. Another use case, we've worked a lot with customers on legacy applications that maybe are homegrown, or maybe they're on-prem solutions that need, to kind of have a better connection to the SaaS solutions in the marketplace, and innovation on the digital applications of taking those legacy applications to a more modern, intelligent application. Those are the types of things that we help work with customers to really innovate and really deliver a better user experience, and then give them that rapid time to value. These are just some examples of ways we've engaged with customers.
Great. Thanks, Cal. I wish we can share with the listeners some of the architecture diagram that you have shown me, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the solutions that that Incture puts together for some of these customers, in my opinion, were very impressive. You actually, deploy BTP to the fullest. I can see all major services in BTP were being used, from database to analytics to process automation, such as workflow system and those key services. So it was very, very impressive. Um, can you share with the listeners, Cal, what are the key differentiation factors for BTP that led Insure to the decisions to use BTP for your solutions? I'm sure that you have used other technologies before too. So just curious to see how you view BTP differentiation.
Yeah, no, thank you, Tom. Yeah, so there's a couple really key components to the business technology platform BTP that they've brought to the marketplace that really are the differentiators. And so it has to deal with the full suite of solutions that SAP brings to the marketplace, but specifically around connected business processes with other SAP embedded systems. So if you are an SAP customer, whether that's an ECC in the S4 from an ERP solution or other LOB types apps, so SuccessFactors, Ariba, Concur, Qualtrics, these solutions in the marketplace. This is a way to leverage and optimize the processes that cross those business applications from an SAP perspective. The built-in content and the open connectors and the embedded connectivity is a game changer. The other component to this is multi-cloud openness, right? So running BTP in the different hyperscaler environments, the flexibility that you have to run in your choice as far as the hyperscaler of your choice. This is also a key component to the flexibility of leveraging this platform for your enterprise. And then obviously there's a large ecosystem of partners out there. Incture is one of those, and there's many others as well that can kind of deliver in those different business needs. And then again, this really rapid implementation and time to value. Basically being able to monetize these investments quickly and reducing that ROI from an investment perspective. It really is a end-to-end technologies between the integration suite from SAP, what they call SAP Analytics Cloud, which is SAC, Data Warehousing Cloud, which is DWC, the data intelligence, and all of those services that come together from the BTP side of the house, the applications, the mobility, machine learning, to predictive analytics, extensions. It really is a one platform solution for your enterprise that can be leveraged to innovate on in almost any use case, and it really has a lot of value from an embedded applications perspective. One last thing I'd like to add is that SAP does have a very extensive amount of open connectors to non-SAP systems as well. That is also very powerful when you're talking about business processes, workflows that span multiple enterprise solutions. All of us know that most enterprises have multiple backend systems and data sets. Having those open connectors available to you really accelerate time to value and the setup and configuration and connecting the dots from a data and integrations perspective.
Great. Thanks, Cal, for sharing your experience with BTP with us. I think to your point, right, SAP Business Technology Platform and all of its components were purposely built for the SAP landscape. So as a result, there are services in SAP such as the integration suite or the extension suite and the pre-built content can act as accelerators so that you can quickly connect to or integrate with SAP system and be able to reduce your time to market. And also, again, to your point, I think they are over 150 connectors to non-SAP system, and that certainly helped us to provide a end-to-end integration capabilities with SAP and non-SAP system. So up to now, Kyle, we have talked about the rapid changing environment and also what customers need to do to become intelligent enterprise so that they can adapt to changes quickly and they can modify their business and modify the processes to adapt to changes. For those customers or companies that are planning to embark on this journey, Kyle, to become intelligent enterprise, what recommendations do you have for them?
Yeah, my biggest recommendation is to know that the time is now. The pace that we're seeing in the marketplace of all organizations across the globe, innovating, accelerating their automation, accelerating the intelligent enterprise is happening at a very fast pace, a faster pace than we've seen pre-pandemic. So the time is now. The time is now. Understanding that candidly, if you're not doing it, your competition is, and that's important to know. With all of the challenges we're seeing globally, this is something that is front of mind with most, if not all, CIOs, CTOs, and CEOs across the globe. And then, additionally, one of the things that is very impactful as well is that SAP, as well as Incture, has a lot of products, solutions to enable that first step, right? So Incture has things in the marketplace that are called starter packs that helps them kind of take that first step down that journey. And SAP has different solutions as well in the marketplace to help with that launching point, to be able to have that quick first step. And again, using my phrase, crawl, walk, run, being able to take that first step from a crawl perspective. Most companies don't journey down this path with a big bang, very, very large project. A lot of times we want to see quick wins. We're talking value in weeks, 4 to 6 to 8 weeks on leveraging in the establishment of a platform, as well as then the value of delivering a business use case within 4 to 6 to 8 weeks, right? So I encourage companies to kind of embark the journey and take it in strides, as well as kind of do sprints. And so we deliver value in short amount of time. And then what I've seen is when you do that, we see a business buy-in and the users buy-in, and then all of a sudden it will continue to accelerate in the consumption and accelerate into other parts of the business. So that's kind of what I recommend with most companies to do. And I think that we've seen a lot of success in engaging with customers in that way.
Great. Those are very valuable recommendations, Cal. I know many companies want to adapt quickly and also have shorter time to values, right? So I think you pointed out exactly what companies needs to do to get to that point. So for those listeners who wants to find out more about Incture, Cal, and your offerings, such as your starter pack, right? Can you please suggest how they can explore and find out more about Incture and your offerings?
Yeah, so thank you for that, Tom. I appreciate that. So for those that would like to learn more about Incture, first and foremost, you can check out our website. It's incture.com. So that's incture.com. You're welcome to reach out to me directly. My email is very simple, kyle.morris@Incture, and or connect with me on LinkedIn. It's linkedin.com/in/Kyle Morris. I would be happy to connect and have further discussions and answer any questions and help kind of navigate next steps and navigate how you might want to take those first steps in embarking, as I mentioned earlier. Incture is again, like I mentioned in the beginning, we really focused on delivering business outcomes and that time to value, and would be more than happy to engage with you to help explain how that can be achievable, and it's not as daunting of a task as it may seem in the beginning.
So in closing, I'd like to thank you again, Kyle, for joining me and the listeners today and share your experience with BTP with us today. And also thanks everyone for listening to this podcast. hopefully you will find this podcast informative and helpful. If you would like to learn more about BTP, it's real simple. You can go to sap.com/BTP, and you will find tons of information on BTP. Also, if you enjoyed this podcast, I'd like to recommend that you also listen to podcast 39, where more SAP partners are sharing their best practices to support your journey to the intelligent enterprise. Also, please share and leave a review to this podcast and subscribe to Let's Talk Data podcast series. Thanks, everyone, again. Bye-bye.